What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is David Hamlin, aka the Laptop Legend, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the stocks that you guys need to be watching for tomorrow. Now today I locked in over $5,300 in day trading profits, still green every single day this month. Absolutely mind-boggling. Honestly, this market is insane still, and there's still a lot of opportunities out there. So I want to make sure that you have all of these tickers on your radar so you know the stocks that I'm likely going to be buying tomorrow for my day trades. And yeah, just, hopefully put these on your radar so that you know exactly how I would trade them so you guys can manage risk, sell into the spikes, and just take the profits when you have them. There was a really ugly red day in most of the OTC stocks that I followed today. Honestly, I think pretty much my entire watch list was red again, but I was still profitable. So you guys who were bag holding, it probably hurt today. And I just want to break you guys of those habits because it's not a good habit to be in. And, I think there's a lot of opportunities in this market that you can take advantage of if you don't stick your buying power somewhere that it's just going to fade on down. So hopefully this video will help you guys. If it does, please remember to smash that like button. Tickle it, like a little beard, chin hair, chin beard hair. Tickle it, that's the like button. You could do that, or smash it with a hammer, whatever you choose. I would appreciate it. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. All right, guys, I'm here at my laptop, and I just want to start off by saying I've actually been trading a lot of OTCs in the first 2 hours of the day, and then once that cools down a little bit, I've been trading a lot of NASDAQs later on in the day, early afternoon, mid-afternoon, and then, looking for OTCs that spike up near the end of the day. That has been what I've been doing the last couple of days, and it's been working really, really well. Now, after hours, I traded 3 stocks, or maybe just 2 of these stocks, but there's 3 main after hours movers today. AWX, these are all low float, by the way. AWX spiked up and then just kind of died. So this one I would not recommend watching. ANY, this one spiked up, came down a lot, but still found a base. And if it's able to hold these levels, it could definitely get interesting tomorrow in pre-market. And ANY, what's the float on that? ANY's got a 5.46 million float. Again, anything under 10 mil float or around that 10 mil area is extremely volatile because the supply is very low. So any increase in demand will increase the price. So this one could definitely see a big run if it breaks out past these levels right here. I would say that 555 level is very important. That would be the 52-week highs. This could easily break past that. So be watching this one tomorrow. Definitely high on the watch list. Let's see, what was the other one? Starts with a J. Yeah, JMP. This stock spiked up and then held its gains surprisingly well after hours. I mean, look at this. It held most of it. Won't let me draw, come on. Yeah, I mean, it literally just held this beautifully right here, that 780 area. Just held that support beautifully. So if it continues to hold this, I would say this is extremely likely to continue to spike, break past 10 tomorrow, and then go on a nice little run. I mean, you can see it's already way past those highs. JMP, the float on that one is 6.89 million. So also under 10, also very volatile. And this one, man, this is just one of the ones where you gotta be careful. I would say get in near support, if you can. Say this spikes up, maybe it breaks 10, but it comes back down and is still holding these levels. I would try to take an entry as close as you can to $8, just because you're gonna have the best risk to reward there. If it holds 8, great, spikes back up, great. If it breaks down below that, I would just get out. So we'll just see what happens. Again, we have to see what happens in pre-market, but this one could definitely spike a lot. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a dude in a basement, so always consult with a professional, but that is how I would personally play this stock. TSNP, this one had some good dip buys today. It might have been this one that I made all my money on. Underestimating it. It could be this one. I forget. There were definitely a couple dip buys on this one. I took some stabs at them, missed executions on several, got chopped out a few times, so gave back some profits. And I mean, yeah, always opportunities on this stock. Again, I mean, look at this. This is what happens when you get too overextended, guys. But it's starting to get in that price range where I think it could find a bottom soon, and potentially is better for swinging in this price. If I had to say, it found a nice bottom here. Lots of buying volume again to confirm that that's, kind of the bottom of the day. Highest candle is right here, and I guess right here. And potentially this is going to be the bottom. I'm not sure. Again, looking at this chart overall, I really don't see a ton of support until, you know, that 70 area, which is pretty much right where this bounced off of. No, wait, is that the 60 area? I'm tripping. Maybe the 60 area, and then obviously, you know, the 50-cent psychological area. So we'll just see. We'll see where it finds the bottom, guys. But I would say this is a lot better price entry if you want to swing TSNP long term than buying up here in the 190s. And again, a lot of people told me this was never going back under $1. If it gets overextended, stocks typically pull back. And I've learned that, you know, no matter how great they are, no matter how much hype there is behind them, if they get too overextended, they typically pull back. That's just how the stock market works. Let's see, what else did I trade today? EKCS. This is one that had some pretty good news. It didn't actually show up here. It had very low volume, so it was a little bit tough, but I was able to make a nice, you know, over $1,000 on this one just because it has so much range. Like, it looks like a pretty uninteresting chart, you know, kind of choppy, but the spread on this was massive. And I didn't even have to take that many shares. I'm not sure if that was all in one buy or if I had a couple buys, but it might have been all in one buy. And again, look at the range on this chart from 10 cents all the way up to above 80 cents to 83 cents. I guess 12, is that 12? Maybe it's 10. It didn't even have any volume. Yeah, so it went all the way from, you know, 11 cents, 10 cents, all the way up to 83 cents. So that's an 800% increase, guys. So again, you put in $1,000, you get out $8,000. That's insane. Obviously, you can't time it that well. But I mean, just a little flip in there. You put in $10,000, you get out $11,000. You take a tiny portion of that move. That is a great trade, man. That's a great trade. That's incredible. So love this stock. And we're going to see what happens continuing on up. See where it can finish. I'm not sure. I don't think it really did anything before. I mean, it literally did nothing. So there's no chart history. Everything is today. So just have to see how this continues. Definitely interested in this one. AITX, I made a little bit on a dip buy on this one. Had a nice series there. And I took some, what did I take? 100,000 shares at one of these. Just took my gains quickly. So, I mean, nothing too crazy here. Didn't even get a penny a share on that. But again, it feels like a fat dude is sitting on this stock. I swear. I mean, if you look at it, just went down, 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 bounced, but then could not move at all. Look at all that volume on the bounce. That's an insane volume candle for only that much of a bounce. Come on, bro. I feel like there's some manipulation here. There's got to be. I mean, look at that. That is not natural. And then just completely, they pull the bids. Again, there's like someone sitting on the ask. And then they pull the bids, and it just completely tanks. And then obviously had a nice bounce here. But then the chart looks the same, man. It can't move over this level. It can't move over this level. It's weird, bro. I don't really like how this thing trades. So, you know, you get a ton of red candles, worth taking a stab at, but overall, man, it's tough. Definitely tough. But still worth watching. Still worth watching because those morning panics are worth taking stabs at. PHCF. This is one of those low float ones that popped up today. And, yeah, I mean, you get in early enough, you manage your risk, you take your profits like that into a quick spike, and it's beautiful. I'm not sure if this one is worth continuing to watch. Maybe, maybe not. I'm just not sure on this one. I'm not sure. Not too convinced. But look for those low floats, guys. They're definitely high right now. Another low float is GBS. This is one that popped up kind of more towards the middle of the day. But it had a huge spike in pre-market, and I was able to make some decent money. I mean, $350 on this in here when it started getting some crazy volume. And then it died and faded off, and I lost some on the back end trying to dip by it, hoping it was going to continue, you know, and potentially break through these highs. Never was able to, but still lots of opportunity here on these low float stocks, guys. So be watching out for that. I use trade ideas to see when they pop up, so it's very helpful. OZSC, this is one that I'm always trading. Had a nice dip buy in the morning. I think it might have been this one, or maybe it might have been the second one that I got on this one because I was busy with TSNP and AITX on the first one, if I'm not mistaken. And this one, man, it just broke down below that support, which is crazy because now I'm glad I didn't swing it, but it's just frustrating, man. It's frustrating because, you know, I was really hoping it was going to hold that support and push through. I mean, obviously, I don't really care that much. It's not as bad as if I'm bag holding a 100,000 share position. But it's a little disappointing. I expected a little bit more out of the stock. But again, like most of the stocks in my watch list today were red. You know, most of them were pretty red. So the OTC market had kind of a tough day today. Overall, the markets were red as well today. So typically that happens. You know, things move in accord, and you just got to be aware of that. SIRC. This was one I almost overnighted, but decided not to because there were some big sellers on the bid. There's like a 200K seller, 100K seller. So I made some quick money here on that little dip and sold up there. But this one, definitely on the watch list for tomorrow. I kind of expect a gap up out of this, but we have to see what happens. I think it had some decent news today, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong on that. But I mean, there was a lot of red days. 7 red days in a row. First green day after that, and typically this thing spikes up and gaps up after its first big green day. So we'll have to see what happens. I think this thing is probably going to gap up, but have to see. Definitely still in play for sure. So I'm going to be looking to day trade this one. Absolutely looking to day trade this one. What else do I have here? INKW was moving. INKW was moving today. We had a nice dip buy on this one as well. A little bit more volatility. And again, this one's down 14% overall. If you're bag holding this stock, let me go to the 3-month chart. If you're bag holding this from 15 cents, I mean, you're down almost 50% of your position. That sucks, man. There was a lot of bleeding today in the markets. And maybe we'll get a bounce back day tomorrow and everything jumps up, 30%. That'd be cool. But you never know. Stuff could just keep falling. TKAT, this one I believe, this one was another low float. Just got some volume midday. So, took a quick trade on this, sold it into the spike. Pretty simple. SPOM, let's see what's up with this one. Yeah, same type of thing on this one, except this is, an OTC stock, and it had a really big spread, if I'm not mistaken. And this one started spiking really hard. I think it had some news about, oh God, I can't remember the news. I'm having a brain fart. I've been staring at a screen all day. But I think there was decent news on this, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, it was a nice little play, but then it just came back down and faded. So we'll have to see if it can hold these gains. But I mean, there's definitely a lot of volatility in this, so it's definitely worth watching for day trades. If you can come in right as the volume starts to pick up, like you can see here, definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. The volume starts to pick up, starts breaking out. You can ride some of that momentum. Again, bro, you don't have to take a lot of shares on this. You don't have to take a lot. You take 10,000 shares at what is that? At 13 cents. You sell here. I mean, you sell here at 16 cents. That's $300 like that. You make $300 a day at your job. A lot of you might not. So pretty cool. Pretty cool the opportunities that are out here, man. Pretty cool the opportunities that are out here. So I definitely want to keep this one on the watch list. If it's not already, I might just add it to the watch list. Make sure it's on there. Let's see. Let's keep going down. LEDS, there was a lot of low float spikers today, guys, like a lot. LEDS, this was another one. Just moving nice. When I saw volume coming in, I just hopped on for the ride and then sold it in the spike. AWX, was this another one? I believe it was. My computer's sleeping. No, this was the one after hours. Okay. LEDS, did I talk about that? I think I just talked about that. PPIH. This is one that spiked up in the middle of the day as well. You start to see this volume come in on the low float stocks. You get in early and you catch a nice big spike. Beautiful. Don't turn into a bag holder though, guys. Don't take anything for granted in this market. I guess that's the biggest thing that I want to tell you guys, MMEX, this one, this one just flatlined, man. Just flatlined after a big, I mean, it literally looks like a waterfall. Looks like a waterfall. Morning panic, then just sideways action. Really just gross. Really just gross. So, yeah, I mean, maybe this one finds a bottom here, but this looks like, pumping up manipulation price action to me. So, I mean, after all these red days, man, 2 billion in volume today, maybe it finds a bottom. Maybe this is the bottom in here, and we have a nice day tomorrow. So definitely be watching this one. We know it can spike big, spike hard when it does move, but just got to be careful. Don't turn into a bag holder, guys. Just don't. If I can break you of one habit, it would be of that one. Because so many people are just not willing to admit when they're wrong. And they just let these stocks turn into devastating losses. MIDI, again, I'm still holding 100,000 shares of MIDI. This is the one stock that I am a bag holder on. I'm holding. I'm up like 11,000, 12,000 unrealized, and I'm not selling before dollars. I'm just not. So if I keep having day trading profits and it keeps staying in this range, I'll slap the ask anytime it's under that 40 cent, and I can slap it at 40 and get some shares at 40 cents. I think that's a good price for it. Again, CEO says the goal is to uplist, in that May time. So I think we're going to see some more price action before then. And only 8 weeks to open a new facility. They got a lot of new facilities coming. And if it's only 8 weeks, I mean, we could get a lot of press releases about new facilities opening pretty soon. So I would expect to see that in the near future. And I'm just loading up until that time because I would rather be buying 10,000 shares here at 40 than buying 10,000 shares at 60, 70, 80. So, you know, that's just how I feel about it. Let's see, HCMC, that was just kind of gross. I don't even want to talk about that one. ALYI, I think this had a nice dip buy here. I mean, that's a lot of falling. That's a nice 25% drop. Little bounce, not a huge bounce, but worth looking into. Same thing here. See a lot of volume on this candle, and then it bounced off of that, so decent entry. But also kind of looked like there was a fat dude sitting on it. I mean, look at this. I draw a line here. No, I don't want a vertical line. Fidelity's tripping out on me. I want a horizontal line. Look at this. It literally cannot break above 9 cents. I mean, I could literally go ice skating on this, man. That's crazy. Let me get out my skates. Ay, ay, ay. Crazy. AITX, ALYI, GTLL. This one was spiking hard. You guys need to be watching this tomorrow. Considered overnighting this, but George Sharp has been talking some serious smack about this. Apparently, they claim to have a lot of Bitcoin, but he's done some research, and they say they don't have any Bitcoin, and they're frauds in that regard. So I don't know anything about this stock, but based on the fact that George Sharp exposes companies that are sketchy, you know, I'm just a little hesitant to overnight this stock. So definitely in play tomorrow. I definitely underestimated this thing, man. I could have bought it, you know, in this area. I just didn't. I didn't think it would run this much. So we'll see what happens. See if we get some clean price action on this, but definitely in play. Definitely want to be watching this one tomorrow. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, CCIV, this one was spiking again today. Spiked hard and then had a big sell-off and then a bounce and then just kind of flatlined. Again, still, you know, on the rumors of the merger with Churchill, so they still won't confirm they're merging with Churchill, but the price action sure looks like it's confirmed. So, I mean, if this confirms that it's not, man, it's going to see a big tank. And this might be one of those, you know, like buy the rumor, sell the news type things, because to me, it already looks like it's priced in that they're merging. So, I mean, it could come out with the news that it's merging and the stock tanks. That would not surprise me at this point. That would not surprise me at all. What was that stock yesterday? Was it CBBT? I don't remember if it was this one. Golly, so many stocks. I guess this had another one. Maybe I'm just pulling this. Whatever the stock was that like beat revenue expectations by like 1,000%. Had a morning panic still. So the stock market's very unpredictable. I don't want to turn into a bag holder on pretty much anything but MIDI. And I don't know why that's my lover. Apparently it might be called Mighty. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last video, but weird. I don't know if I want to call it Mighty. I still like calling it MIDI. MINE, see if there's anything I'm missing. Had a nice panic and then a little bit of a good dip by there. That was actually a really good bounce. I mean, that was a good bounce. Was that 20, 30% bounce? That's crazy. TSOI, gross, SFOR. Not sure if I talked about that. SIRC. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it. That's all the ones that I have here. ZKIN also had a nice day. ZKIN also had a nice day here. Just got to be careful of chasing. That's the only thing. So, I mean, it had a nice day. Spiked up really hard. I mean, if you look at this chart now, for me, a swing position would be better at this entry. It really would. So for me, I would be hesitant to turn into a bag holder on this stock here. It could continue to get good news and continue to spike for sure, but risk reward for swing position is I'm just not 100% sure on this. So trade at your own risk for sure. Definitely worth looking into. Definitely do your own research. But yeah, I mean, it's just an interesting stock. Another one I want to put on your radar. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's everything that I want to talk about today. So yeah, guys, appreciate your help. Appreciate you in the Discord. Appreciate you calling out stuff. Had a great day today. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you're enjoying this much warmer weather because it's now 25 degrees and sunny outside instead of like -14 wind chill. So I was out there in shorts and a t-shirt enjoying the sun. It felt balmy. Felt like I was in Florida. So I don't know if any of you guys are experiencing that, but definitely take advantage of the better weather that's coming up. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, I think you know the drill by now. Let's grow better together. Preguntar, bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.